played the part of Shakespeare. I hide behind the ink and pen. I build up worlds.
I think clearly there's always going to be probably some disadvantages for women, specifically women of color in the music industry. And, I'm really lucky that my presence in the music industry is emblematic of some change that's happening, hopefully positive change, to allow other people from different backgrounds to also have the same opportunities. But, we still have a long way to go. I know I'm only one voice of many, and hopefully allowing people to have the chance to thrive in the music industry, regardless of their identity or gender, is really important. So hopefully we can open up the space to be a bigger and more inclusive one. I think music really helps people understand different perspectives and different stories. And I mean, if you think about the history of music with women, and specifically with people of color and with queer people, I think music has always served as a way for people to explore identity and showcase their own. And so, in my songs, I talk about my experience of being, a granddaughter of first generation immigrants and kind of, what that experience has been like. And music can do so many things for storytelling and hopefully helping people understand what other people exist in the world through lyrics.
I'm ready to start a new chapter.
Oh gosh, what would I tell my 15-year-old self? Maybe to not be on the internet so much. I think I spent so much time on social media. I didn't really get to talk with the people in my in-person life as much as I wish I could have in retrospect. And so it's not that I wish I had done anything differently. I think I just wish I could have valued my time with my in-person community a little bit more instead of scrolling through Twitter all the time. Yeah. Ooh, my grandmother. My grandmother is not a musician, but she was a painter. And growing up, I really got to sit in her studio and watch her create. And I think for me to see another strong woman tell her story through art was a really big piece of what helped me feel inspired to do that in my own time. So we're different creatives. She makes paintings and I make music, but she still inspires me to tell my story to other people. Mm-hmm. Oh goodness, I think a really big one is Lizzo. I look to her as a really big inspiration for just confidence and telling, being as loud as you possibly want to and doing it without shame, without trying to stifle yourself. And I remember listening to 'Cause I Love You by Lizzo for the very first time. And I was in New York City by myself for 2 weeks and I was listening to it on my headphones and I was like, man, I feel like the coolest person in the whole entire world right now. And so she is a huge inspiration and kind of helping me feel like myself and feel strong and empowered.
I'm so tired of being
I hopefully can inspire people to make music in their own time. I think, I was really lucky that I felt like songwriting was something that I could do. And I think, my hope is that anybody can find something creative to express themselves if that's something that they want to do. And I learned how to make music from YouTube. I think that anybody should feel like they can kind of be creative and make their story into some form of art. So hopefully when people listen to my lyrics, they can see themselves writing songs and painting or making videos or whatever it is, because I think being creative is really important. And the more people we have telling stories about their lives, the better it is. Mm-hmm.
I wanna be a Mona Lisa.
Oh gosh. Does Lizzo count?
No.
Yeah. I think, oh goodness, a different artist from a different music genre. I've never thought about this before. I think if I had to collaborate with somebody, it would be this artist, Andrew Bird. He's not pop music, but he does kind of experimental sort of soundscapey things, but he's really smart and I would be very intimidated to work with him, but I think he would be I would learn a lot in the process too. Mm-hmm.
I wanna be a Mona Lisa.
A lot of my music coming up is really about my experiences of being a young woman and kind of what I feel like is really pivotal to what I've learned and what I hope to learn going forward. And so it feels like a love letter to my 15-year-old self and kind of making music that I would really love to listen to for the very first time. I mean, a lot of my music started on a ukulele with just my voice because I didn't know how to make music any other way. And so now I feel like I've really gotten the tools to create songs that feel like the songs I grew up listening to and really loving. So I'm hoping people will be excited about new sounds and what's to come, but it is also nerve-wracking to create something totally new, and hopefully people will like enjoy it. These are harder somehow than the not casual questions. If I had 3 wishes, it would be that, this is so specific, but I would never have to water my plants ever again. They could just grow without me having to take care of them. I wish that the plane ride between New York and California wasn't so long because my family's in California and I'm in New York, and I would love to see them more often. And I wish I was just hydrated all the time. Drinking water is so annoying, and I can't believe I have to remember to drink water. So I wish I could just not have to do that.
I build up worlds and choose a savior.
My favorite TikTok trend, I think, is there's this one that's like, the audio is so hard to describe because it's like, I don't know what they're saying, but it goes like, da 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 da, yeah, trick, yeah. And I think it's what they're saying, but it's people with their cats. The cats, like, they close their mouth and then like, yeah, like they show a photo of the cat opening their mouth. So it looks like the cat is like talking the lyrics. I love that trend. Yeah.